Greetings, beloveds. So Hannah Grace is beginning the disassociation of what she had always considered to be her body, and now considering it to be the body. And she is a consciousness, has an aspect of consciousness that has borrowed the body, like renting an automobile. And the hold that she had been having, the grasp that she had been having of the body had betrayed her, and the body had been tortured, and the body had been torn, and the body was broken, and the body needed to be fixed. Her body. The more she was enmeshed. And as she is in the process of dismantling, she is opening her hands to receive her divine birthright as the breath of God. Beloveds, when you come open-handed, no weapons, nothing that you are holding on to, nothing that you are saying, I cannot live. Think of the times that you have been in love with someone or something, and you think to yourself, I cannot live without them, and you tend to grasp onto them, and all they want to do is get away from me. Beloveds, in the process of letting go, you are allowing God. There is an entire back storage, like an Amazon warehouse of riches that are rushing their way towards you. And they get to the door and they knock, and you say, I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Beloveds, open the doors wide, the doors to your heart. Let go of the things that you have held onto so steadfastly, the relationships that you think that you must behave a certain way in order to receive their love, and let the love of God be what is more important to you than any other relationship. When you make God the foundation and the centerpiece of your heart and of your life, every other relationship falls into its natural position. But you have attempted to put a beloved, a spouse, a child, a movie star, a famous person, yourself, in place of that primary relationship that is the relationship with the divine. You've attempted to use the ego to replace the Holy Spirit. Ego is fear, and it constricts, and it makes you stop breathing. The Holy Spirit comes in and says, let us breathe together, let us open. Beloveds, when you are willing to release yourself from the feelings of guilt and shame and remorse and fear for any relationship that you have, and you release that desire for that one thing and that one thing only, and you make God the most important, God is the most important aspect of your beingness, that you don't just say that your life is dedicated to be of service, but that you live in accordance with it. Everything else comes naturally. It comes to you. It cannot help but come to you. Everything that you've desired, everything that you've wanted, you are already in possession of, but you have turned a blind eye to it. And you have said, I must behave in this certain way, and I must do this certain thing in order to receive. You are like Pavlov's dogs. Beloveds, you are not. You are the greatest creation of divinity. You are Christed beings masquerading in these bodies, these thoughts, and these belief systems. And all you need do, beloveds, is open your hands and say, I am willing to receive what it is that God has for me, not what my ego desires. God, what do you have for me? Today, how can I be of service to you? I have said that I will show you miracles through your hands, through me. But beloveds, I need the willingness of your open hands in order to show you these miracles. Are you willing to open the hands of the body? Are you willing to open the door of the heart? Are you willing to receive? Are you willing to allow? Are you willing to receive the Holy Spirit and the guidance that is given? So Hannah Grace was instructed yesterday in this time-space continuum to pack up her belongings, her blessed little cat, and make her way home. She met with no traffic. She met with no weather. It was an easy trip. And then the storm comes. Beloveds, if you do not listen to the guidance, you will ride the storm. But there is a window, a little window, that if you are willing to listen from your heart, and you are willing to surrender, and you are willing to allow, and you are willing to open your hands and say, I'm willing to receive, it is the greatest act of true will. And the blessings will surround you, will work through you, and will be there for you. So the mind that worries, but I have to do this and I have to do this, and making lists and taking actions, beloveds, none of that, and this bears repeating, none of that is real. I walked from town to town, having nothing, knowing that all would be provided. And it was. And there may have been a night in a bed, and there may have been a night in a field or in a barn. It mattered not. For I always asked, what would you have me do, and where would you have me go? I invite you, beloveds, to take this journey and allow yourselves to surrender to open-handedly the flow of creation. Allow yourself to ask every time, is this real? How may I be of service? And to practice, beloveds, practice breathing and practice feeling. It is the feelings that you have not yet allowed yourself to feel that make you say no, that make you hold on. I do not want to feel what it would be like to lose my family. I do not know what it would be like to lose my country. I do not know what it would be like to lose my language, to lose my animals, to lose my children, to lose my precious and special relationships. I do not want to know what that is like. And yet in the holding on and in the grasping, beloveds, you have relinquished yourself from being able to experience what it is that God has that may be even greater than what you consider to be the best thing ever. Every time that Sohana Grace would come out of a relationship, she thought that that was the most that she could ever love. And then she was willing to open her heart again and say, ah, no, this is the most that I could ever love. And she is far from done, although she would like to think that she is. The greatest love that she has before her is this journey where she has now surrendered her heart to creation. It matters not the form of the being that she is with. This greatest journey is her discovering her own divinity from within. Each of you are on the same path. Each of you are seeing aspects of yourself that are divine. And I am with you at each and every moment of this epic, epic pathway. I love you. It is a blessing to be with you always, beloveds, and know that I am. And I will speak with you again.